All right, welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely pumped you're tuning in because today we're doing something, well, kind of mind-blowing. We're taking a fleeting, split-second internet moment, a mere 50-word security screen that you've probably stared blankly at 100 times, and we're stretching it out into this cinematic, slow-motion analysis. We're going to freeze time, break down every single word from our source material, and uncover the massive, high-stakes digital drama that's literally hiding in plain sight right on your screen. Okay, let's dive into this. Just a moment. It sounds so incredibly polite, doesn't it? It's basically the digital equivalent of a friendly receptionist asking you to please take a seat in the waiting room. But honestly, we have to treat this polite, firm phrase as a highly calculated psychological tool. It's specifically designed to pacify you, to keep you calm and compliant, while a seriously intense, invisible digital interrogation immediately kicks off in the background.
Section 1. The digital border crossing, arriving at the gates.
To really understand this, we're applying a bit of narrative dilation right here. By freezing time at the exact millisecond you're halted, we can examine what it truly means to stand at a high-stakes digital checkpoint. Because, you have to think about our specific destination. The source text identifies it super clearly, www.fbi.gov. This isn't just some random blog or a local restaurant menu. We're talking about the premier law enforcement agency in the United States. When you contextualize this ordinary everyday loading screen with such a heavy-hitting destination, the whole thing suddenly transforms. It goes from a mundane inconvenience into a tense, heavily fortified border crossing. I mean, why does a law enforcement powerhouse need someone standing guard at its own front door?
Section 2. The invisible threat. Who are we keeping out? Now, what's really interesting about this is the inciting incident of our source text. It shows us exactly why this formidable barrier exists in the first place. The explicitly stated enemy, malicious bots. The text plainly tells us that the website uses a security service for one distinct reason, and that's to protect against these automated adversaries. So the entire experience solely exists to verify that you, sitting right there at your keyboard, are a living, breathing human being, and not just some piece of malicious code trying to relentlessly hammer the gates. And while you sit there reading those nice, pacifying words, the system is going to work. Performing security verification. This is the active, unseen defense mechanism vigorously grinding away in the background. You're just waiting there, but under the hood, an unseen authority is intensely evaluating your digital presence to figure out if you actually belong. Section 3. The price of admission. The technical toll booth. So the crucial point is, getting past this gate isn't actually a free pass. The source text explicitly places literal demands on you. You have to enable JavaScript and you have to enable cookies to continue. Granting these two specific technical permissions is the absolute mandatory cost of entry. If your browser doesn't offer up JavaScript execution and cookie tracking, well, the interrogation stops cold. You don't pass. The doors stay completely locked.
But hey, what happens when you do pay that toll? What happens when verification is successful? Think about the pure relief of getting a stamped passport at a real border. Let's unpack the system's impending state change and how this tense digital standoff finally resolves itself.
Section 4. Clearance granted. Crossing the threshold.
And this brilliantly illustrates that our digital interrogation has officially concluded. Notice the exact moment the threshold is crossed. We shift from the tense before state of performing security verification straight into the relieved after state, verification successful. It's a simple, beautiful shift in the text from suspicion to trust, representing the exact milliseconds you are granted clearance.
But wait, we aren't quite inside yet. The text tells us waiting for www.fbi.gov to respond. This completely explains the handoff process. The intermediary security service has cleared you, it's vouched for you, and now it's just standing by, waiting for the main FBI servers to acknowledge the all clear and actually pull open those heavy digital doors so you can finally enter.
And to prove you actually made it through, you're handed this. Ray ID 9F5, D48A3, AF9A386. We can treat this massive alphanumeric string like a highly classified piece of digital evidence. This is your unique, time-stamped receipt of safe passage. It's the undeniable proof that in this exact digital moment, you were interrogated, you complied, and you are officially deemed safe.
Finally, the source text gives away the unseen architect of this entire interaction: performance and security by Cloudflare privacy. This is the third-party hero explicitly named at the very bottom. They are the invisible guards standing right between the malicious bots and the FBI, managing this entire complex 3-second interrogation so that you can safely browse.
Which leaves us with this final, truly provocative thought. If it takes an invisible third-party fortress just to stand at the FBI's public front door, what does the rest of the internet's invisible war look like? The next time you encounter a screen that says, "Just a moment," I want you to remember the awe-inspiring invisible architecture protecting our everyday digital interactions. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning and always keep looking closely at the structured world right in front of you.